Hey guys!
Hi!
So we have decided to do a little fun story time with the dogs today because we're talking about how we adopted both Cora and Chasa.
We don't know how long we're gonna have both of them like this because he is a snuggle bud, but he gets real tired real fast. Like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So like Matt said, today we're gonna talk about how we got these lovely doggies and got a little fur babies.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you want to start?
Yes. Okay, so we'll go first since we're the oldest of the group. So we'll go ahead and start. So I got Cora about 7-8 years ago now. Actually a roommate from Taiwan, why I'm wearing this shirt today. So he actually gave me the shirt and we adopted Cora together. So we were both, at the animal shelter here in Orlando near Mall Millennia. For those of you who are from the Orlando area who know where that is. So we were at the shelter near Mall Millennia and we found this German Shepherd puppy, so clearly not her, this German Shepherd puppy who was under a year old, and she was like this brownish red color, and we were ready to move forward with adopting. However, I got a call from work that I had to go into a meeting, so we both had to leave. So we had to both rush away from the shelter and couldn't proceed with adopting that dog. So that was unfortunate, but then went to work, had the work meeting, told my roommate that I would go back since he had work in between. So I went by myself after the work meeting, and when I went back to see the German Shepherd puppy, there were adopted stamps all over their paperwork, so I could not get the dog. So the shelter was about a half hour from where we lived. So I was very frustrated to say the least, but I didn't want to leave right away. So I decided to just look around, maybe play with some pups to bring my spirits up. And on my way out, I saw this little one. She jumped right up on the cage as if to say hello, which is interesting, and I'll get into that later as to why that's interesting. She is? I keep doing that. So she was jumping up on the cage as if to say hello, and I said, oh, okay, well, you're kind of cute, let's, well, what do you mean kind of cute? She is cute. You're cute, let's go ahead and play for a little bit. So I asked the handlers this is really cute, I asked the handlers to help let her out and play. She was very aloof. She would play, but then she would go away and smell everything and anything, and the handlers at the shelter were like, hey, she really seems to like you, you should adopt her. I said, well, my roommate and I are making this decision together. At the time I was still in college, and my roommate and I were looking to move off of, we were off of college campus, and we were into an apartment, so we really wanted a dog. He had one back home that he really missed, and obviously I've had dogs my whole life and really wanted a dog. So so I had to wait for him. So I told the people there, hey, if she's still available tomorrow, we'll come back, and if he likes her, then we'll go ahead and adopt her then.
And I'm still super surprised when you told me this story every time that she was still available the next day.
Me too.
Because look at this dog. Look at this dog.
Little fox dog. So the paperwork said 7 months, but she still kind of acts like a little puppy even to this day.
Since we got Chasa.
Yeah, he definitely keeps her young, so that's for sure, even though he can be a turd sometimes.
Yes.
But, so my roommate, really loved Cora, and, we brought her home, and, she was part of our family before, we both graduated, and he went off back to Taiwan. So, fun story, and, he still checks in on her and us from time to time, so that's a lot of fun too, that
kept that contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So her name, so some of you may think, Cora, ooh, Legend of Cora. No, because I've gotten that before.
Yes.
So with Cora, it's actually K-U-R-A. So the reason for that is my roommate had this awesome idea to name her Sakura. So, because she's very, very beautiful, and yeah, like the Japanese cherry blossom. So I told him, I said, I love that name. I said, but hey, let's shorten it, because especially for training, calling her like Sakura, Sakura, like it's a lot, and I don't think it's gonna work that well. But so I said, hey, let's shorten it. So we either decided Saku or Kora. So Kora was
the winner.
The name that we went with. So, and she is such a loyal, loving pup.
But she's definitely a loyal dog, and it's definitely his dog, and it's just adorable to see. He can go outside to take out the trash for 15 seconds, and she's like, oh my god, which is one of the reasons why we got Chasa. But we'll get into that later. As you can see, his butt moving.
Yeah. It was interesting when she jumped up on the fence, because her previous owner, again, girls are her best friend. She has no issues with any girls. With guys, there's the issue. So when she jumped up on the fence to say hello to me, I was surprised after getting to know her personality and how she was with guys. So it was meant to be. It was fate. So everything worked out the way it did, and couldn't be happier that she's part of the family.
Also, we have a friend. She came and stayed with us for a few days, and it was so cute because she called Cora the little lady. Because not only she lays down usually like this, exactly. She has like white right here on her paws, so it looks like she always has white gloves because she's very delicate. Very ladylike.
Even when she goes to the bathroom, when I first got her, she only pooped in bushes, so
yes.
Nobody could see her. Nobody can see a lady poop. Just a poop in bushes.
It's so funny because she would like walk around the bush and jump right inside to then poop, and I was like, yeah. So she's a little lady, which is good because she's a perfect balance for our little turd.
And speaking of our little turd, and I'm gonna let her go because she's tie-tie, and she's been very good. So I'll let you go. There you go.
You were so good. Thank you for your participation, Cora. Thank you. She's like, okay, bye. Yes, so speaking of the third, hi. So this is Chasa. This is the big baby. And as you can see, Matt trying to clean off, even though Cora is the furry baby, he's definitely the shedder. Yeah. And it's crazy. So the reason why we got him is, like I said before, even though I absolutely love Cora, she is his dog. There's no way around it. She's daddy's girl. And that's okay, obviously. They've been together, what,
7 years?
Yeah, and we've been together 5. So they were together years before I even met them. Mm-hmm. So I wanted a dog for my own, to be my little puppy. The other reason I wanted to get Chasa is because, of course, now with COVID, because we've been working from home and everything. But when we were working previously in restaurants and hotel, we were out for many, many hours a day. Mm-hmm. Whenever we're in, we give her all the attention, of course, but we always felt really, really bad that she was alone because, especially when we got our own place, before we had roommates, that made it easier. There was always somebody at home with her, but we didn't want that once we lived by ourselves, so she was alone. But I did not want to get a second dog before we had a house because I didn't think it would be fair, them having all that energy trapped in an apartment. And me and Matt, before we got this place, we looked into many houses. We tried for like 1.5 years for a house, something like that, because we renewed the lease. We couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I want to say that's about right.
Yeah, and throughout the whole process, I was kind of keeping an eye on dogs, but not fully because I didn't want to, like I said, have it in an apartment. 5 days before we moved into this new house, we were looking through these adoption websites and I found the picture of puppy Chasa. And it's funny because I saw it immediately as it was posted because he's so cute. I can actually put a picture of him, of baby Chasa. And you can see how big he is already. But when he went 15 minutes before the app, you didn't see him. And then I saw him right as it was posted, 6 minutes after the picture was posted.
I remember because I was looking online and she's like, we're having breakfast together. What are you doing online? I was like, I'm looking for dogs for you. And then she's like, oh! And then she goes online and finds him.
Yes. And when I saw him, he immediately said, if you want him, we need to go now. Because especially in shelters, puppy go like this. Mm-hmm. So we finished getting ready. Cora was already walked in good, so that was good. And changed and went there. It was a long drive because we went into another county and we got there there was this family looking into the crate of him and his sister. So I went straight to the lady that takes care of them because I really, really wanted him. And I showed the picture and I'm like, hey, we came for this dog. Is he still available? I would like to play with him. And apparently the family was just looking around. They made no claim to the dog. So she went straight there and got him for me.
I was standing behind the family. They were just staring at the dogs, just talking. And I was like, where did she go? And I see her walking back with the guard. I was like, okay, I guess we're going this way.
No stresses though. The family got his sister. That's why they were two. Him and his sister. They were thinking about getting both. Greedy. But no, he's mine.
They even said if we didn't get him that they were gonna get both of them.
Yeah. And we took him out to play because, like I said, the most important thing about him were two things. First, he had to be attached to me because he already has Cora. And second, he couldn't be a huge dog because I want to be able to carry him, which I'm failing on that account.
The paper said Australian Shepherd, which wasn't, or Australian Cattle Dog, which is not wrong, but still.
They admitted later on they guessed how, like, his breed and such. So he has Great Pyrenees in him. And if you don't know, it's a big ass dog. He can get to 120 pounds, guys. So he can have 25% of him can be up to 120 pounds. So we'll see. We got him, he was 3.4 pounds.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, he is now 50 pounds and he's not even a year yet. So I was just obsessed and he was obsessed with me. That's my favorite sound in the world. I'm so obsessed with him when he does that. He does that since he was a pup and I was so scared that would go away.
The little yawns.
But yeah, so he was obsessed with me and we immediately like, yep, that's it, we're taking him. And we went through the paperwork and once we were done, that was really funny. Matt was finishing up some stuff and I was with him right here, right at the entrance of the kennel, right? So these two people, a couple, came in and went straight to the front desk people and asked about something, and apparently the lady said no. I didn't hear the conversation, but apparently she told him something negative and they seemed kind of sad. Mind you, I'm holding him right here, and then the girl turns around and she sees me with him and she's like, looks really sad, and I offer like, hey, do you want to pet him, like everything okay? She's like, yeah, sure. And she seems so sad and I'm like, this is so weird. And then he hits me and I ask her, did you come here for him? And she says yes, and my immediate reaction is like turn around, like, my dog. And he has been my big baby ever since. And it's so interesting how they reflect our personalities. Like, Cora is very calm and gentle. She can be very funny at times. He definitely, like he said,
bursts of energy.
Yeah, keeps her like a pup. But he's just like me. Like, he bumps everywhere. He has no idea what personal space is. He's all over us. Like,
yeah,
hi guys.
It's so funny. Like when we're going to sleep, he'll try to sleep on my side of the bed. He'll get comfortable. He'll be all cute. And all of a sudden
you call him to your side.
No, not all the time. But I mean, yes, sometimes, but not all the time. But he'll get up, walk over to her side, try to react, just. That.
Yeah, he's just like slowly, just like, hi. So it's just very interesting, and we're so happy for having them. They are part of our family. There's nothing we won't do for them. Which brings to our last point of this video, which is, guys, any kind of pet, dogs, cats, turtles, they are a lifelong partner. They are your responsibility. And I know that with COVID and everybody staying in, this was a huge deal. So many pups and cats and all pets were adopted, and that's amazing. But we have to remember, they are not a 30 days return policy kind of thing. They are your responsibility, and even though, for example, he has some medical stuff that we obviously never expected, we'll take care of him. He's part of our pack, and there's nothing we won't do about him. So, take care of your doggies.
And on that note, just because I don't want her to sound like a mom on that note, but in all seriousness, a worry of ours, being dog owners, and we have close friends of ours that are also dog owners, it is a big responsibility.
Okay, I'm leaving.
COVID, we get it, is like a very lonely time, and there are some people out there who really do things like that, just have a companion for a short period of time and then, give them up or bring them back, and that, like, just think of what that does to the dogs is kind of like our main thing there. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Like, as lonely as COVID can be, like, don't look at getting a dog as like a temporary fix. It's a huge commitment. So again, don't want her to sound like a mom, but that is a note that hits us too. We don't want it to be a temporary thing.
Yeah. Because especially we can see the difference between Cora, that was adopted previously, and Chasa.
Or had an owner previously.
Yes, she's very aware of some people and everything. He's completely trustworthy because he had never seen anything but that. He was always surrounded with love. He was always taken care of. So all we can see when Cora gets like that, it breaks my heart. Because I'm like, how would somebody do that to her? But she's in a loving home now, getting all the loves and all the attentions from especially her baby brother, because I swear, which at first was a concern of ours, but they get along great. We did everything right to adjust them as much as we could. So we're happy with that.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys, for today. We just wanted to introduce you guys to the two turds that get interrupting videos sometimes. And anything else?
He's giving you his hand, and now he's eating your hand.
He's eating his own hand. He does that. He gives me his paw, then he bites it.
When she tries to play with him. No idea. No, I think that's everything. Just a little story of, fun story time, how we got the dogs, and, now they're part of the family, and I think that's it.
So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching our channel again. Thank you so much, from our pack to yours.
Yeah, and remember, guys, hit like, subscribe, share it to all your friends. We really appreciate the love and support we've gotten thus far. We've hit 100 subscribers, so that was huge. How long have we been doing this? About a month?
A month, almost 2 months now.
Because I think of the hockey video was one of the first ones around January, so yeah. That's crazy to think, 100 subscribers in the first month. So really appreciate the love and support we've been getting from you guys, our close friends and family, for all your help in pushing the channel forward. So long-winded ending, but thank you again. See you next time.
Bye.